We're here at the Tick red carpet with Valorie Curry, aka Dot from the Tick, the love interest. How you doing?
Actually, it would be really weird if I was a love interest because I'm Arthur's sister.
Oh, well then no. Never mind.
Not that gritty and dark.
See, we were hoping they were going to go really dark, but
that's more of a Game of Thrones thing, I think. That's for the other team.
We got to have fun with it, and don't worry, I have to throw out the love interest thing so we get all the backlash from the comic fans.
You have to throw that out?
Of course.
What's the backlash?
Because I made a mistake in calling you the love interest instead of Arthur's sister, and now everyone's going to freak out.
Oh, that's okay.
It is. You know?
We're planting seeds of like, will they, won't they? I don't know. Yeah, they are very close. It's.
You know. Well, when you share a room together from being a toddler, it happens.
There's a story there.
No, we're just having fun and goofing off. So tell us about your role in the Tick. You know, the series has been rebooted now for Amazon Prime. You know, we had the comic series that was a huge hit, the animated series. What was your research to get into the role itself, or did you just take the script and go, I'm going to have fun with it?
Well, Dot is one of the few characters who does carry over from the original comic books, and she's appeared in every version of the show. But this is a very different Dot than we've ever seen before. Much more grounded, much more complex, very human with a lot of heart. Whereas in previous versions, she was a little bit more of a device, very much the sort of a sarcastic, dry, cynical voice of reason. You now have somebody who's operating completely from a place of empathy. So I didn't base her on the previous versions, and I think that would have been to her detriment. I really started fresh and instead grounded her in the relationship and the history with Arthur and in terms of the family history, because Arthur's very much motivated as a character by the loss of his father, and I think it's very easy to forget the fact that Dot is also dealing with that grief, but that grief and that anger has always had to be put on the back burner so that she could take care of Arthur. She's been his essentially parent figure for his entire adult life while he's been dealing with mental illness. So that is her whole history. That's where she's coming from. And then what happens when we find out that maybe he's not crazy? And what anchors her to him now, and what anchors her world if she's always put herself last?
Is there going to be a scene where it's like a family therapy council session and Arthur's in the costume and you got to talk him down?
Maybe. I don't know. We'd probably have like a cat as a therapist or something on this show, though.
That would be terrible if you had
I'll say some of my favorite characters on this show are the non-human elements.
What are some of like the behind the scenes things that like bloopers that we could possibly see? Because it's a funny and silly show as it is. So, what completely fell apart? Like, how do I put this? A scene that you just completely lost it and had to do like 15 retakes.
We actually haven't had any scenes that we lost it and had to do 15 retakes. If anything, it's the fact that, we have some amazing comedians and improvisers on the show, and it's more of the competition for the last word that I think ends up happening that is going to be in a lot of blooper reels and deleted scenes. And when a joke does land, or when it doesn't land, or when the scene just won't end because nobody will give up the last word for somebody else, that's kind of what always happens. And I'm always the one who breaks first because I'm very much not a comedian. So I will laugh at whoever is making a joke.
Awesome. Valorie, thank you so much.